Hey everybody, welcome back to Josh and Casey React. We're going to do a little bit of a recap because it is our actual 1-year anniversary of us starting the show. So we wanted to go through and give you guys just a little bit of a trip down memory lane of our journey throughout this channel, what we've liked, what we've learned, movies we did and didn't enjoy, all that good stuff. But first, just want to say thank you to all those who have been with us, whether you just subscribed yesterday or when we first started. We really appreciate you guys watching our channel, watching our stuff, commenting, all that good stuff. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So first of all, thank you.
Yeah, big thank you to all you guys. We appreciate your support. It's been really influential and all of your engaging commentary as well, especially throughout the Harry Potter franchise. It's been crazy the amount of in-depth comments we've been getting. And of course, critical feedback as well. We've grown a lot. I'm sure for any of you that have watched us from the beginning, we've had a lot of hits, some misses.
Right.
And admittedly, it's been definitely a journey. It's been interesting because I know when we were first starting out, it's a very strange experience doing reactions. I'm sure Casey can speak to this as well. It's when you're not used to it, you're more shy. You don't know kind of like where to comment, where to not, when to laugh, when to not. I know, 12 Angry Men in particular.
Right.
We got some flack for that, Deadpool, Wolverine. There are a few, but, we've learned from our mistakes and are moving forward and critiquing as we go along. So we do actually genuinely appreciate your constructive criticism, I will say. What have you learned, Casey?
What have I learned? Well, the internet doesn't. There's a mixed bag on the internet. Honestly, I've seen more positive feedback than negative, I would say, and even most of the negative feedback I think is actually trying to be helpful. But overall, I mean, I still think that the majority of, even if you just enjoy the content, you watch the channel, you're not going to comment on it. But it's been really cool to see just the amount of information involved in all of these movies, right? There's so much, especially some of like the Harry Potter series, but others, with like very complex series and a lot of backstory. There's just so much more that goes into these movies. We've had some pretty insane comments too. I remember on our, we had on Hidden Figures, some people commented saying like my mother worked in that program, my grandmother worked in that program, or like October Sky, people knew, people from that area who actually interacted with those kids. It just goes to show you how big but small the internet is of a place. And honestly, it's been really cool to interact with those people and kind of have like a secondhand experience of, we just put something out about a movie and now we get to hear from the people actually involved in the incident. Because if you guys have watched the channel for a bit, that I personally really enjoy movies based on real life. I think it just adds another bit of depth, to the movie realism. So to hear people connected with those stories and, things like Iron Claw, where we get to hear like the whole wrestling background of the true story and people from back in the day who lived in that wrestling era. It's really cool to go through the comments and hear people's, thoughts and experiences with that stuff.
Yeah, no, it is pretty insane actually to be able to see that. And of course, we've gone through a lot of like behind the scenes stuff too, which is only done on Patreon. And since we're talking to all of YouTube right now, we did do a New Year's wrap up video on Patreon. Again, link in the description. But just wanted to speak quickly about the Patreon. We've had some comments talk about why we don't include our post-movie analysis and all that on YouTube, which we do sometimes because we want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a peek behind the curtain of what you're getting. But I do just want to mention, because I think it's important, we built this whole studio ourselves. It's not cheap, but it was an investment. We, like having comfortable chairs and a good setup and looking nice on camera, not just for us, but for you guys as well at home watching. We want to have the best quality that we can make it, and it takes time and money. We have jobs, we work, and it takes a good amount of time to put this together. I personally, we handle a lot of the editing ourselves, just the stuff that we put on YouTube. We do have an editor for it, which we have to wait and sometimes go over details. So there's a lot involved in it. So we're just trying to recoup at least a little bit of our investment. And so that's why occasionally we do that. It's nothing trying to be mean to all you out there, where we understand. And also too, we just found that not as many people, according to our analytics would always watch the post-movie analysis. So we found that for those that really cared to watch more of our content, we just put it behind the paywall and then could at least recoup some of our costs. But we appreciate you guys being here, and we try and give you as much as we can.
Yeah, and even, no matter where you guys watch, if it is on Patreon, obviously very much thank you. But even if you just watch our stuff consistently on YouTube, you get to still get to know us. And, the Patreon's a very cool thing. I love our behind-the-scenes analysis. We get to learn a lot of fun facts about movies and things I'd never even thought of. And you being the more cinematographic guy, teaching me a lot and going, a lot more in-depth on how certain things are styled and acting styles and all this stuff that I would never have thought of. So it is cool to do those deep dives, but I also just really enjoy watching good movies like us. There's nothing wrong with watching a good movie. And yeah, to your earlier point, I'm sure a few years ago if we talk about this, we're like, like a movie reaction channel, like I don't know about that. But it is honestly just kind of relaxing and soothing. It doesn't feel like sometimes that you could be broadcasting to sometimes on our videos tens of thousands of people. But still, it's an enjoyable experience, and I hope that Josh and I, like you said, some of our serious movies, Josh and I are very comedy centric.
Yes.
So we sometimes don't often get into that deep mood unless you just watched our Interstellar video recently, which was one of my favorites. But
me too.
Still, that's just kind of our spin. So if the internet doesn't like it, we'll move
it is
forward.
Admittedly for me as well, sometimes my way of dealing with discomfort, I think.
And a lot of people.
Yeah. So it's something that I'm trying to work through. And, we mentioned that in the video about Interstellar, just in case, putting it out there. But yeah, as we go on with this, I'm sure every year, like in all things, you do get better and better. And of course, we do appreciate all of your support. It's what keeps this channel running, and we appreciate all the commentary. So if you guys could keep that up, that'd be great. Just before a couple more things here, I just wanted to mention. So Casey's been a longtime movie fan. I don't think I've ever really talked about it much. I've made a couple short films. I've done photography for 10 years and have been involved in the film world. I actually was a body double once for a decent Apple TV show. So I've been around, so I can feel like I know what to comment on certain things. And then of course Casey brings what I like to call like the just everyday
layman's.
No, but
No,
it's
I'm
needed.
kidding.
It's you're a big movie consumer, and I think that's super important. I did want to ask you, we did discuss this a little bit on Patreon, just quickly about some of your favorites.
I'm going
not
through
so
them right
favorites.
now.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through our old list. It's hard to believe how many movies you've already watched.
Yeah, it's only been a year, right?
I'm going with more things we haven't seen. I was shocked I had not seen Tropic Thunder before this.
Yeah, me too. Especially as a comedy guy. I can't believe you didn't say that one.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder is a all-time great. Poor Things, one of my favorites that we've watched. Could be my favorite that we've watched. One of the most unique movies I've ever seen. I know you probably agree. Iron Claw, we started off with some great movies. Iron Claw is one of the most emotionally profound movies I've seen. Stellar performance from Zac Efron and the whole cast there. What else? I really like Collateral with Tom Cruise. Probably my favorite Tom Cruise role besides his role in Tropic Thunder. And then more recently, we've been doing the Harry Potter series, which I've honestly enjoyed more than I thought. I'm sure you guys have watched some of our videos. I'm not the biggest fantasy guy. I never watched any of the Harry Potter series before this. So it's been a cool journey and seeing the different styles, and I could see how people get into the universe, but I've definitely enjoyed it more than I thought. In terms of stuff I haven't liked, La La Land was pretty tough to watch for me personally. Beetlejuice was not great either. What else was really on here?
And these are just personal opinions, you guys. Like we talked about in Patreon, I still actually like La La Land, but I'm not a big musical guy, but that one, I don't know why I do kind of like the story. But again, we're not always going to agree. I'm sure you guys out there are going to disagree with us too on some of these. I think my least favorite personally was still the new Roadhouse movie.
I was just about to say Roadhouse.
Yeah, that one was rough. I like the original, but that one, like the script needed some work. Occasionally, like the coked out Conor McGregor was a good, fun addition. But
standard Conor McGregor at this point.
Yeah, but could use some work on that one. But yeah, I would say mostly great movies that we've watched.
And a lot of our movies are actually recommended by subscribers on our Patreon, and it is great to see that I think I've enjoyed like really by probably 90+% of the suggestions that they've put through.
Yeah.
So it's been really cool to see, that they have cool music, good movie taste.
Yeah.
Like us, are recommending stuff that we would like. And it's cool to see other people's taste out there and see those comments.
Yeah, and I mean, even movies like, I know we took some heat in the comments for it, like Deadpool, Wolverine, but I still overall really I still thought the movie was funny. I just felt like the script could have used a little bit of beefing up. It was a little derivative.
We got to be a little bit controversial.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but that's just my opinion. But I understand that, like, in terms of reactions, that's why we usually, especially going forward, are going to keep it for the after, because you guys want to see us just blatantly react, which is, I understand that's the point of the channel. And I think that's also what's cool, too. What I've really enjoyed is it really just sits you down and makes you watch without touching your phone.
Right.
No laptop, no getting up. I mean, unless you have to go to the bathroom, but, really honed in on the film itself and to take in, the artistic endeavor that's put in front of you. And I think that's a really special experience that you used to only get in theaters.
It is, for sure. And, I like that we could provide content out to you guys. I myself sometimes like to go and watch other, like movie-based channels that show clips of old movies I love and hear people's thoughts and reactions and all that stuff. So I'm glad that we can provide that good content out to the people. And honestly, it's been crazy to see how much growth we've had in this past year. We're closing in on 2,200 subscribers on YouTube. We have a decent following on Patreon now. With pretty consistent following there. And it's honestly, again, all thanks to you guys for sticking with us. And, like Josh has said, through ups and downs, different reactions, learning lessons.
Sure.
But, I think we're improving every video. And we've got a lot of great content, especially some, surprise guest appearances on our Patreon that people should definitely, if you're interested, go check out, say some fun cameos. But it's, we're talking every week about new stuff to add into that. And we're always looking for feedback of what you guys want. And so put in the comments below what, if you guys would like to see anything more out of our channel, if you want to see anything less out of our channel. We're always looking for feedback, but, we just appreciate you guys watching and being here with us through this journey.
So, no, thank you on YouTube, the viewer watching this. We appreciate all of you guys, and we hope to see you in further episodes of Josh Casey Reacts.
Absolutely.
See you guys around.
See ya.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta